Hey guys, today I'll be reviewing LEGO Harry Potter 76382 Hogwarts Moment Transfiguration class. First up, we have Professor McGonagall, or Minerva McGonagall. Compared to the old minifigure, oh my gosh, it's amazing. Look at this. This is the figure that comes in the Great Hall and the 2019 Harry Potter Advent Calendar. As you can see, she has a new face print with glasses this time, and I don't know, all the details just look so much better on the newer one. And the torso print is pretty similar, but the leg print actually, instead of being legs, she has the dress piece. And another great thing is, she has printing on the back of her dress, which we don't get often on these types of figures. And we also have a new mold for the hat, which has hair on the underside. The old McGonagall minifigure just used this old wizard hat piece, which had been used for several years. The new one actually looks like Professor McGonagall's hat, or with that nice crinkle in it, and has her hair on the underside. On the back of her face, she has a double-sided face, which is a more stern expression, similar to the old one, but with the glasses this time. And as you can see, the hat fully covers up her back face print, unlike the old one where she just has a mouth underneath her hat, which looks kind of weird. Okay, let's move on to the Ron and Hermione figures. Here is the Ronald Weasley minifigure that comes in the set. He has a Gryffindor tie and a Hogwarts crest, the normal Gryffindor uniform, and some nice back printing too. But if we compare him to the old one, you'll see that this Ron minifigure, this one comes in the Great Hall, has quite a bit smaller collar on the torso print. And also, this one doesn't have the crest, because in the movies, and the books as well, their school uniforms don't have the crest on them. I don't really know why it's on this one, but it looks good. And you can also see that the red and yellow lines along the bottom of the torso print are a little bit thicker on this newer one. And a very slight difference, if you have a look at his face print, you'll notice that the new one has slightly bigger white dots on his eyes, which is a bit strange, but okay. I kind of prefer the old Ron face print. And on the back we have the same alternate face to the old Ron, but with the bigger pupils. The Hermione minifigure is a similar story. She uses the same torso print as Ron, with the larger collar and crest, unlike the old one, and has the thicker lines. And she has the same alternate expression. However, on this Hermione figure, she doesn't have larger pupils like Ron does, compared to the old Ron figure. But if you look at the two different hair pieces very closely, I don't know if you'll be able to see the difference in this light, but this is the newer one and this is the older one. You can see that this one is a slightly darker, richer brown, maybe even a more detailed mold, I can't really tell. And this one's more of a chocolatey colour. And just to show you them together, here are the three older figures from the Great Hall in 2018, and here are the newer minifigures. Let's take a look at the build. As you can see, on the front we've got this massive piece, the same piece is used for the back cover of the book, and they have these flat pieces on either side, but this one is printed with the Hogwarts crest and some pictures themed on the Transfiguration classroom. The way these books work is that there's a book for each house. This is the Gryffindor one, and the head of house for Gryffindor is Professor McGonagall, and Professor McGonagall teaches Transfiguration. So inside this book is actually a Transfiguration classroom. Okay, let me show you how you can open that up and get access to the classroom. First of all, you just need to open these up, and you can already see all the different details of the Transfiguration classroom. You can take this bit off and flip it upside down. That's pretty much a desk for Professor McGonagall to stand at. You can take off this shelf. As you can see, it has some books on a shelf at the bottom, and up here we've got a figure, a gem, a potion of something, and a goblet. You can also take up a blackboard. As you can see, it uses this little piece to just stick onto that stud right there. On the blackboard, we've got a frog and instructions showing how to do the spell to turn it into a goblet, because that's what they're learning in the Transfiguration class that this scene is based on. And you've got a few arrows and diagrams, looks like some kind of algebra there. But they don't learn maths at Hogwarts, so don't know why that's there. And over here, this is actually several things. They didn't actually say to put Scabbers on here. I just decided to put him on there because he fits there, and you know, we can fit him in there. So that he's not just loose outside of the book. The more things you can store inside, the better. And in this chest, we actually have another one of those silver goblets that was on the shelf, a golden frog, and a cup. Because pretty much what they're learning is how to turn an animal, how to transfigure an animal into a cup or goblet. You can also fold out these two sides, and here you go. We've got this big room with all these different accessories out of just one little book. There's a couple entrances, one on each side. Each one has a Gryffindor banner, which has a sticker on it. There are 3 paintings along here, some candles and a cupboard. Over here we've got some windows and some more up here. These 4 things are actually stickers in there. And something I figured out, see this cupboard? In the instructions, they don't actually tell you to put anything in it, but I figured out that the Transfiguration textbook that comes in the set fits perfectly inside. There's no sticker on the front cover or anything, but inside we finally have a unique print for the inside of the book, because we've always gotten these instructions for how to do Wingardium Leviosa. Even in Snape's office, there's a little print of that, the same piece that goes inside the book. And there's also a textbook that comes in the clock tower in the Defense Against the Dark Arts classroom that has the instructions for Wingardium Leviosa in it, which obviously does not fit the Defense Against the Dark Arts kind of theme. Beyond there, you've just got some spell instructions. You've got a bird, some kind of phoenix or something there, and instructions to transfigure it into a pot. As you can see, that is not actual writing there. I thought it might be at first because it was on the Hogwarts letter that comes in the 2019 Harry Potter Advent Calendar. You could actually see, even though it was hard to read, if you know what it's meant to say, you can kind of make out the words. You can just look in your book and check what it's meant to say, and then you can sort of read what's on the letter. Anyway, so big Transfiguration classroom and some accessories. Oh, I forgot to show you the last thing. So this is actually a desk, and you can take out these 2 chairs. So you've got a desk there and a couple chairs. Now we've got this really big classroom that can all just be compressed into one easily portable book. And I'll just show you how to put it back together. Just to remind you, you put these 3 things in the chest, close that up. You can put Scabbers on top, put that on top of the desk, put the chairs under the desk, shove that up there. You can put the book back in the cupboard if you want. You can put the blackboard sideways on that stud. You can fold these in. You actually need to fold these in before you put this on because there's a stud here that this connects to, and on there, that actually holds this side in, although there's nothing holding the other side in, as you can see, but that doesn't really matter. Then you can just stick this part on top of those two studs up there, just like that, and then you can close it up. Sometimes I find that happens where you're trying to close it up, and then this thing gets in the way of this and makes it pop off. So that's one minor problem with the set. And here we go. There's your Gryffindor Transfiguration class booklet. Not booklet. This set comes with 3 minifigures and normally goes for about $40 Australian. I hope you all enjoyed this review, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!